Thank you guys so much for waiting, and thanks for joining us. This is the Wasatch Way podcast. I am your host, Jonathan Bliss. This is our partner here, Jeremy Yosman, and we have a very special guest with us today. We have Noel Cass of the Community Action Services and Food Bank, or the Wasatch County Food Pantry is what I've always heard it called.
And just so you know, it's
Yes.
Noel Allred.
Allred.
We forgot to change her name on the ticker there. It's Noel Allred. Her
My
maiden name is Cass.
My heavens. Thank you very, very much for being here.
Thank you very much.
And I mean, first things first, let's just dive right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to the Heber Valley.
My name is Noel Allred, and originally I'm from Africa, Nigeria to be precise. I love traveling a lot growing up, and I've traveled to a lot of places. And I came to the US for a vacation, and I got talking with my husband online. We met online and got talking, and after about a year, I went back home, and we kept in touch. And from there, I think he's like, let's get married. Initially, I was like, what? And that was how it started. And I had to swim across how many oceans I can't even count them to get to Heber, to get to the United States. And when I got to Heber, I loved the mountains and loved the small town and the feel of it, and got to learn that the people in the valley are amazing people. Yeah,
Cool.
that was how I got here. And then I worked with the kids at the school with the girls suffering from depression and anxiety before I joined the Community Action Food Services um, Food Bank. And currently, I'm the supervisor of the Heber Pantry.
Yep.
Yeah, and we offer a lot of services and work with other agencies in the valley.
What are some of the services that, I mean, a lot of people go, it's the food pantry, it's food. What other services does the food pantry offer besides food?
For the Heber one, we offer rent. We assist with rent and hotel voucher for people who are going through maybe life situations. Because some people, they might just have lost their job, or there is an accident and somehow they can't pay their rent. We assist them in paying the rent. And we have some, if it's a homeless person or people living in their car too, we can give them a hotel voucher for few days to just help them get back on their feet. Because most time we have people who don't have jobs. Sometimes they need a place to get ready for interviews. So we give them hotel voucher. We give them a place in the hotel to stay, and sometimes we get them like outfits they can put on for the interview and send them. We equally work with. We collaborate with the workforce. So sometimes we send them there and they assist them too to get the job, and we put them in an hotel for a few days and follow up with them to make sure they're actually doing what they're supposed to do, like going to the workforce and applying for places. And sometimes we even call the companies to be sure that they actually apply.
Do they actually apply it and they actually show up?
Yeah.
So Philip Kirk has a question here. He's asking, is this the same food pantry that's run by the CCPC, or is it a different one?
Now it's a different one. In Heber, in Wasatch, we have two pantries. We have the CCPC, which is a Christian center, and we have the Community Action Services and Food Bank. This is they are both two different nonprofit organizations that have two food pantries in Heber. So those are the two that we have. And Community Action is located at 34 West, 200 South.
And you guys are just behind the Daughter of
Daughter
DUP
of Pioneer
Museum, the
Museum.
Daughters of the Utah Pioneer, the old
The
library
old library.
in
Right.
Heber.
And that's like right there by Main Street Park.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Where all that
just by the
construction
park
stuff's
there.
going on.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Just straight north behind the new pavilion that they're building is the community action.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the city council, please, can you guys be done with the construction?
Luckily, they're all tied up.
Yeah, they're tied
I
up
hope
enough.
they're
They're tied
watching.
up- they're
I
tied
hope
up
they're
in
watching.
another-
They'll be like, can you guys please just
Yeah,
get it?
get done with that already. So that has affected you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
as far as the construction.
Construction, yes, because a lot of all the businesses around there, most time people have to call and ask which way, where
Are
can
they
they come in?
are they
through.
coming in between the wave and the laundromat, or can they still get in off
No,
of?
that's blocked off, so they can only come in between the curio, the shop on Main Street,
Mhm.
and the museum, the Daughters of Pioneer Museum.
So it's blocked off between the wave and there now. They put a fence up, or
right.
oh, I didn't
Yep.
know that. Good thing I don't
Yeah,
go buses
so they can only come through that narrow part on Main Street
in between the curio and
and
the museum right there.
Yeah, and a
Wow.
lot of people, it's not easy to find the place because we still have some signs that says no parking there, blocking the entrance.
So I don't know. I might have missed it, and I'm gonna feel really bad if this is a dumb question. But
No.
how did you go from moving here, loving the mountains, to working with the food pantry? How did you get involved with this?
I've always have a passion for helping people.
Okay.
Even I think my dad, God bless his soul, that's why I love my dad. He taught me to be compassionate and to be kind. Because my dad is the kind of person, if he wants to eat his dinner, he gets the neighbors to come eat with him.
Okay.
Yep. And growing up, that pisses me off because we labor so hard for hours to prepare the meal.
And then the whole community
and the whole
came.
community comes to eat the food. But now I've come to realize that, it's all about the compassion, it's all about kindness, and it's all about togetherness and the community,
I
which
love
is
that.
what
Yeah.
we all need, and which is what I love about Heber and the valley that we live in.
Philip Kirk is asking, are you experiencing a shortage of donations due to that construction?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you're
Yep.
you need more donations.
We need more donations because we have a lot of more people. We have more needs now than ever before because of the population explosion. A lot of people are moving into the valley, and because of that, we are always short of food. So we need more donations. And it doesn't matter if it's canned goods, if it's cereal, if it's ramen noodles, as little as a ramen noodles, we're always grateful to take whatever you can afford to donate. We really appreciate those because there are a lot of people, eight out of, in every people, there's somebody who needs food, who goes without food.
See, and I think there's a lot of people who Heber Valley is a very well-to-do, affluential type valley. There's a lot of people here who they don't really hurt for anything. And I think a lot of us kind of overlook that there are people who are in need. How is there like a goal? Do you have like a specific amount of like poundage or food goal that you're hoping to hit before Thanksgiving? Or just as much as we can bring?
Yeah, I think as much as people can afford to give.
Yeah.
Because we don't like to put like, okay, this is the poundage we are trying to heat. Like to
then
just leave it
Jason.
open.
Philip asked one, and then Jason.
Leave
asked
it
one
open,
also.
whatever people can afford.
Gotcha.
Just
So, I guess a quick question: are you guys seeing we're hearing it a lot on Facebook, a lot of people with the taxes. I keep hearing a lot of people say, people are paying such a high taxes, they've got to choose between paying taxes, gas, and food on the table. So that's where probably a lot of your need is coming from, is because it may not be people that are completely hurting, but it's people that are going, do I put gas in the car? Or do I put food on the table?
Yeah.
right.
So
What hours do you accept donations?
Mondays to from 9 till 4 p.m. Tuesdays 9 to 5, Thursdays 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 12, then Wednesdays 9 to 12 to 2. Sorry.
Okay.
9 to 2.
Yeah.
So Saturdays you guys are closed.
We're closed Saturdays and Sundays.
Do you guys offer any type of emergency, like if somebody were to reach out and say, I need this and it's a Saturday or Sunday, do you have any type of emergency, or is it kind of
We have the that I think normally they call the MTC, and they can always get a hold of. We have a service called the after hour, and when they get hold of the MTC, they can always get somebody who will work after hours to get them the needs,
their
what they
needs?
need.
Okay.
And when they call the MTC too at the Heber, because we work with the Heber police also.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and right now we have a system that I think it's all over Utah, and it's called the cold blue. When it's below 15 degrees, for those who need shelter, like the homeless people, they have to be housed somewhere. And the MTC, when they get a hold of somebody from after hours or the police station, they'll put them in a hotel. Then we can, we can pay for the hotel the next day.
Okay. That's incredible.
That's cool.
That's
That's
incredible.
one thing that's been on the news lately in Salt Lake is
The
I
cold
can't
blue.
the
It's
warming
called
shelters.
the warming shelter. It's called, and it's the cold blue too.
Yeah.
Like we have the warming shelter, the center in Provo.
Okay.
We do that in Provo, but up here, because we cannot get volunteers to man the warming shelter, that's why it's not being done up here.
So
So if we can get volunteers,
if we had more volunteers, there's a woman shelter.
yep, who will be willing to man the women's shelter? Then we'll find a place, because I think they're still in the process of trying to get a place
Mhm.
for the women's center where the people, when it's below 15 degrees, we can have people there, have some hot cocoa for them, blankets, and just,
Maybe a place
yeah.
to lay down.
for
Cots.
6 hours, 8 hours.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman on here. His name is Philip Kirk. He has a barber shop here in Heber City, right off of Main Street, in the Body and Soul Studios. And I know when I let Body and Soul Studios know that I was having you on, they were more than willing to find some sort of a way to help. Philip just popped on his barbershop site saying he's willing to do a donation box. If there is other businesses, thank you so much, Philip. That's very kind of you.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Philip.
If there's other businesses in the valley that want to do the same thing, do they need to tell you and collaborate with you, or can they just start setting up boxes and post and bring it to you?
They can just set it on post and bring to me. And if they want to collaborate with the food bank, that's fantastic.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, food,
Yeah.
coats.
Yeah. Now that it's cold, we need coats and socks and gloves.
And I know at one other time we've talked, and we were on the radio several years ago together. Gift cards. Food, gift cards to
cards.
Walmart, gift
Yep.
cards are good. Now,
Gift cards from Smith, from Lee's, because that's where we shop. And another thing is that when I like of gift cards and the cash too, when we get it, it stays in the community, because that's what we try to promote, healthy eating too in the
Mhm.
pantry. So we those are the money we use to buy the variety, the differences, because what we get, the donations we get sometimes from the Utah Food Bank and from the Bishop House, it's just maybe peanut butter and just corn. So we like to have variety, because we have a lot of different people with different ailment. So, and for donation to a place, if you can get some low sodium items and some vegetables mixed with the other canned goods, that will be great also.
I know that Smith's Marketplace had a special on. Can you do like frozen vegetables?
Oh, yeah.
They had a special like 10 for 10.
Yeah.
So you can spend $40, get 40 bags of vegetables. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yep.
Philip Kirk, he has a big bag of coats he wants to donate. He says he'll reach out to you tomorrow. What I would like to do is I would like to share, if that's okay with you, the Facebook page.
Please.
If
Thank
you guys
you,
look
Philip
here,
Coat.
Philip Coates, that's his new
Coates.
nickname.
Philip Goats.
That's his new nickname. Philip Kirk is actually responsible for this haircut. You see this mullet right
it
here?
looks fantastic.
Thank
That
you.
looks great.
He's incredible. If you guys look on your screen, there's a Community Action Services and Food Bank right here on Facebook. There's a phone number, there's an address, there's an email, or like she was saying, there's the business hours that she listed. You could probably walk in and just go say hi and talk and coordinate as
Yeah,
well.
you can come into the food pantry and check it out and see for yourself. And
Now,
most of the we welcome, people coming in and even giving us idea on what's going on and what we need to do different. Yeah, because we are trying to set up a committee right now, health from with the health department, where we get some community people, to get involved in the program so they can give their feedback on the services and the kind of food they want and the kind of things they want to see there. So
So we, talked about the food, talked about coats, talked about gift cards. Now, how many people do you have working, and can you use volunteers to help put the food away? Separate it. I mean, because I'm sure you guys don't get boxes that say corn and that's all mixed up.
yep, we sure need volunteers. Yeah, and if people want to volunteer, they can always stop by the food bank. And we have another program going on right now in Wasatch. It's called the Circles. It's a really great program for the youth and for people who want to learn about finances and budgeting. Because even me, I'm learning about budgeting. That's
Jeez.
one of my weakness.
I think that's about everybody's weakness.
I don't know how to budget, so even me too. I think I need that program too.
Because I know I think it was a couple of years ago, Anna came in, and that's something, with our business and our busy schedules, that's something I think everybody needs to reach out and try.
So we have that program going on, and they hold their meetings every Thursday at the UVU campus, Wasatch campus.
Every Thursday, what time?
I think it's 6 p.m. till 7:30.
6 to 7:30 at UVU.
Do you accept handmade goods?
Handmade.
Like
if somebody wanted to knit a
grant or gloves.
If it's gloves and hats and stuff.
Yeah.
But not homemade food.
Not homemade food.
It's got to be. I was thinking homemade food.
No, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah,
it's got to have the label.
Yep, sure.
Yep.
So if you can, please donate some food. If you can't, please donate some gift cards. If you can't, please come donate some time. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if you want to check it out, you can even just come on a Monday, Tuesday, spend 15 minutes, or just come see what goes on there and how many people, because now we have growing number of people, families coming in. Sometimes these days, I think for this week, for 2 consecutive days, we catered for 30 people in one day, 30
Wow.
families in one day.
30, not just 30 people, 30 families.
That is
yeah.
wild.
That is.
If we have anybody who is watching and they're in need of help, do they need to reach out online somewhere first? Can they just show up? Can you help them if they just show up? What is the requirements for a family that needs help to come in?
I think we don't have restriction because we know that anybody who's coming to the food bank, they have a need.
Yeah.
Because it's hard enough for people to just go to the food bank. I have a lot of people who don't even want to go, even though they cannot meet need because of the stigma of feeling ashamed and it's a community where I know a lot of people. There is no shame in that. If you need help, you need to ask for help because it's only in asking for help that you can get at least the little assistance. We cannot meet everybody's need. We can't meet all the needs, but at least being able to assist a little, goes a long way for families and for the children's sake too.
When I first moved to Heber, I was working in a youth home. It was like a youth boarding school. And one of our community service projects was to come in and help the same pantry that you were working in. And I realized that they had more than just food there. There was also hygiene products. Are you guys in need of that type of stuff too?
Oh, because those ones are way more expensive. Those
Yes.
are the things. Those are like essential commodities. We have some of the stuff I call the essential commodities because those we don't get donations of those ones a lot of the time, like laundry soap.
Yeah.
And if you're donating, we'll prefer the one in little parts because what we do is that we bag them with dryer sheets so that families can have, some of those ones. Then the hygiene, like toothbrush and toothpaste and shampoo and conditioner, those are essential commodities.
What about diapers and formula?
Yep.
You guys get a lot of those are also. Formula is really expensive.
It's expensive.
That's another one that's huge.
What are the guidelines when it comes to things like formula or food? Because last time I was in Smith's, there was a ton of formula on their clearance shelf, and it was like $5 a thing when they're normally like what 12 to 20.
Yeah.
Can I bring in one that's on clearance, or is there a problem with
Oh
that?
no, you can bring the ones down as long as it's not expired.
As long as it's
Yeah.
not expired,
Yes.
but dents in it, labels peeled, that
Oh,
doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Isn't that what show is that with Adam Sandler? Where dented cans.
Big
Just go through and slam them on the floor.
I love
Big
that.
cans are such and such a percentage off. I liked Anna's comment on there that you had posted it on there across the screen. If you show up, Noel will put you to work.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Um,
Oh,
let's see.
Anna, what do you mean? I'm so nice.
Anna doesn't know what work is until she goes to Noel's and is like, gets put to work.
I love this. So, you guys are going to see me consistently, continually looking this way. What I'm doing is I'm kind of moderating what's going on, putting up the ticker and doing different things. So I apologize. I'm trying to give as much attention as possible, but we're at the point right now, the conversation where we wanted you to start asking more questions. The questions that have came in have been fantastic, but any more clarifications that we can give to make sure the general public knows how to help, what to buy, and what more that we can do to support, because there's a surprising percentage of our population that will use us at one point or the other. I know there's been times where it seemed like I was doing really well, and then a transmission went out and a dog got sick, and I'm at the very end of my rope and I didn't know where to turn. And it's nice to know that there's always a resource here.
And I think it's one thing also is like Noel had said is, a lot of people have the pride, to, walk in to the food
Yeah.
bank and I need help. Just don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
I
most
can
times-
say that, but
most
I'd
time
probably be
it's-
the same.
most time I think it's just the stigma of, I used to afford all of this thing. Now I'm short of stuff. How does the community see me going walking to the food bank? And the food bank is not just food. You can get other resources too. All the resources, most of the resources in Heber and the Wasatch. When you go to the food bank, either Community Action or CCPC, we can direct you to some other resources that could be very helpful to the families that
Yes.
need them.
Yeah. So not only food, if you need help with your heat or help with your electric
Rent.
bill, rent,
Yeah.
you can point them in directions that they may not have thought about to look.
Yeah, and if you need your budgeting too, like I do.
Yeah.
We
That was
have
called circles.
circles. Yeah.
Circles.
Financial learning and budgeting.
We are being asked, what are you in the most need of at this moment?
Refried beans, ramen, as little as those things.
Refried beans,
Right.
ramen noodles,
Noodles.
and ramen noodles. I will have to say you can get like a 20-pack for
dirt
super dirt cheap.
And most time I like to request for the healthy stuff too, like mixed fruit,
Yep.
mixed veggies. Those we don't get a lot of.
Does fresh produce, is that okay, or does that go
Oh.
bad too quickly?
No, fresh produce too. Yes.
Beautiful.
So tell me a little bit about, I know Lee's and Smith's. I think it's at some point Smith's does a campaign where you can round your grocery bill up to the nearest dollar and they donate that. Is that donated to you or does that go to like a national?
I think it goes to the national. And we are so grateful. I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you, Diane, and the Wasatch Community Foundation, because they've been so helpful to both food bank. Yeah, because every year they get some money aside to buy food from when the lease is selling in cases.
Oh, the case lot sales.
lot.
Yeah,
sale.
and they split it between both countries, and that has been helping a lot, a great lot.
Cool.
So that's part of why I love the Valley, because we all work together to strive and help people to help themselves. And some of those people, that needs the food, they are not lazy. They are doing their best, and
Yes.
some of them just one job cannot. For a family of 5, and you just have one person working, it's really hard for them to be able to pay their bill, to pay the rent, and pay other bills. they just need a little, food to supplement
Mhm.
what they make, and so that they can live. And I'm so grateful that the Valley, we have amazing people, who are willing and helping and donating, but we need more
Need more.
if you can.
And that's what we're about. The
Really.
Wasatch Way, trying to bring awareness to the valley on what is needed.
Oh, cool. This was a cool one. Philip Kirk, same guy as
Same guy. Phillips on top of it tonight.
He really is.
Philip, you are awesome.
He's so loving. So he just commented, if you have any gentlemen that come in and they're looking for a job, please send them my way for a free haircut so they feel confident in their interviews.
Woohoo! I
So-
like to do the dance, the happy dance all the time. So
What we'll do is
Yeah.
do
So that was something that we were here, and Noel said when people bring food into the pantry, she'll dance.
Oh, I'm always
So
happy
she's
for the
always
families.
happen.
For
I've been in there
families.
several times, and she's just. I mean, anybody to come in and say hi, hey, here's this. I know a few years back, Ostman's Heating and Air, I think it was last winter, we donated some turkeys, and there was a young individual that lost his bike in a fire.
Oh, yep. That's my story.
That's her story. That's her
That's
story.
my story.
Well, I'll let her tell it.
Yeah, yeah. The Holtzman Heating and Air has been so amazing too. Yep. Last year we had a single mother, whose house got burnt down. They lost everything, and they went up. They went all out for this young woman and the son. She had a 9-year-old whose bike was burnt. That was all. That was everything he had.
So a
bike was
neighbor
everything.
had bought it for him, correctly?
Yep,
Or was it a
some-
neighbor? His buddies were riding
We're
bikes,
riding bikes, and
and he didn't have one.
Hmm.
And a neighbor bought him this new bike.
new bike, and the bike got burnt in the fire.
Ugh.
So it was like something died in this little kid's, and they bought him a bike for Christmas as his Christmas present. In fact, we were all crying. I was
Yeah.
crying. The boy was crying. The mom
Yeah,
was
the
crying.
boy.
The
We
husbands
rolled
were
it. We
crying.
rolled. He came in and we
So
rolled
it was
in.
a crying. It was a crying competition.
we-
Well, just shed tears.
We rolled it in, and
That
he
was
wasn't
so-
sure. He didn't know
Yeah.
what to think. He was just like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah, that
what
was
is this?"
that touched.
So, and I believe that those where that house fire is, they're still rebuilding those.
no kidding.
That's
Yeah,
Suzanne Widdison.
Okay.
Her duplex is there. They went through and they're remodeling.
And once in a while, when I still see the little boy, I still got my bike. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
So
Perfect.
okay.
So we showed the Facebook page for that. You want to do sponsor?
Yeah, let's we're gonna try. I mean, we've got some things we're doing. We've got a few sponsors that we're gonna shout out. One of them is somebody that we've used several times. I've used it in my personal house and my business, and that is Jesse, or I should say Matt and Jesse Fager, with No Bull Drain Cleaning. If you're looking if you got a clogged toilet, clogged drain, reach out. I think this PSA that they threw out, I think this is top, honestly, for Chinese New Year.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
go
actually
over-
really true.
You go over to Park City
Mhm.
and garbage disposals, drains are clogged because people don't understand you're not supposed to put eggshells in your garbage disposal.
Right. No, I told that to
because-
my wife too when I saw that one. She's
Yeah.
like, I had no idea.
because they chop up and then they sit in the bottom of the P trap and it clogs.
So give No Bull Drain Cleaning a call if you have any drain struggles. Thank you for your sponsorship tonight. If you have any interest in sponsoring the Wasatch Way, please let us know. Reach out to John, Jon, or Jeremy, I don't need to spell that one for you, at thewasatchway.com. Go ahead and shoot an email there. We'll get you set up with a sponsorship. It's at this point just anything. We don't really have set anything here or there, but I don't know if you guys have noticed the stream is 10 times better tonight. The equipment is 10 times better than when we started. And doing this and being able to put people like Noel here in front of the camera to try to get your guys' help and do more, this costs a little bit. And we don't mind from the cost.
Yeah.
This has been an adventure up to
It's
this
not,
point.
yeah. I mean, I have the office here anyway, and this is upstairs. The other thing is if you have a product that is local, something that is built or prepped or made in the Wasatch back. We don't want to say just towards Heber. If you're
Yeah,
in Park City or you have somebody that's got a bakery, I mean, we spotlighted the Pepperidge Farms, or not Pepperidge Farm, Pepper Lane. I'm going to get shot for that. Pepper Lane jellies last week. I mean, we got the Heber Valley Artisan Cheese here. I mean, Judy's Donuts is here in Midway.
Judy's is awesome.
I'm really anxious for the Midway Bakery. You saw their new place going in on Center Street.
Yep, they're opening soon. Megan was telling me all about it.
The only problem with that is being type 2 diabetic, those treats are not good. You'll have to eat them for me.
Deal. Speaking of not having to be from the Heber Valley, one of the local products I am bringing in to put on our shelves as soon as we get shelves is Sunny Side Up by Waylon Lucas. She's out of Park City. She was a food critic on the Food Network.
Yeah.
And she's an incredible individual. She lives right here locally. So, it's a book, if it's a product, if it's whatever, let us know. We'll come grab some. I'll pay for it. I'm not asking you to give us stuff. I'll come buy it just to put on our shelves and say, hey, look, this is another great local product. Anything else we want to run through tonight before we sign off?
I don't think so. Just, thanks for listening. I mean, this is what we want. I mean, I know if I have to shout out Philip, be like Philip. This is what we want. We want the community to watch this and interact with us and ask questions.
Yep.
Because there is a lot of people here that in the valley that may not know a service or a product or something that's going on.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Yep.
When we throw posts out on the Wasatch Way or it's on John's or my page, and we ask a question, if you've got an answer or you have a question, send it. I like that one. We need to put that one right there that Anna did. I plugged our drain with eggshell.
Yeah, put it up. Who's that hunk left of Jeremy? Josh Hook asks. Well,
left of Jeremy?
I guess on there.
Is he talking about Noel? Noel's a hunk?
Oh, no.
Left of Jeremy?
Must be.
Hey, Josh, I'm not folding my arms. Just so you know. You were. John's over here going, but no, I think that's it. Anything else you want to add? Maybe is there anybody else you want to shout out?
No, just
anybody?
you guys.
Just us?
Just you guys. Thank you for this. Is fantastic that you're doing. With this one, businesses in the valley and people, you're bringing all the community together with the businesses in Heber, and with that, they get to know what's around them, and if they need any services, they can always through this, they know where they can get their services. Thank you guys so much for.
We should be thanking you.
Yes.
Thank you for taking your time.
Yes.
Like I say, and this is I know, it's 7:30 on a Wednesday night. You should be home with your family, and the fact that you're taking the opportunity to come and do this with us, we appreciate it, and we love being able to get this out.
Anything to make people have food on their table.
And I'll give
blanket on their,
I'll give Vince a
coat.
shout out. Thank you, Vince, for allowing your wife to come and chat with us.
Hey, wait, why are you making people know that they have a husband? Jesus.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
All right.
Never mind. She doesn't have a husband.
Hey.
No. Wait, now I'm in trouble. Wait a second. And one thing that I think that, a lot of people don't know about Noel.
You're fired.
One thing I think a lot of people may not know about Noel is, what do you and Vince do as a hobby? I shouldn't say what do you and Vince do a hobby. Vince probably drags you all over the country.
Oh, I love it. I love the outdoors too.
So they are.
I love the outdoors.
I guess better words, rock hounds.
Rock hounds. Yeah, we go digging for rocks everywhere.
Now tell me, I've got to ask a question, and I've seen them. What is a septarian nodule? I would think it's something that's like on the nose or something.
Septum.
Yeah, septarian nodule is a rock. I think a kind of formation. I think Vince is the one that has the knowledge, geological knowledge about how it's formed.
Okay.
But most of the rocks, they look so ugly. By the time you open it up, you're like, wow. know?
Yeah.
Nature is just
he
wonderful.
posts some of his stuff that he polishes and builds.
Nature
and
is
does.
just
it's
wonderful.
it's just amazing. I was watching a TikTok video the other day, and a guy was busting a rock out of a river,
Mhm.
and when he opened it up, there were all these smaller rocks that were kind of inside of it. So it had been there, formed millions of years. There's actually, I need to get her on here. There's a gal in Park City that I do a lot of work for, that she is and I'm going to get shot. I don't want to say an archaeologist, but she deals with rocks. She works for a gold mine somewhere, and she's always talking about formations. And she is a rock hound. She is a rock hound also. And I want to maybe get her and Vince on the show, and we could probably record 15 hours, because they would just talk everything rocks and everything.
Yeah. And it's interesting too.
My great grandfather Bliss was part of this. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like this rock, like back in the 50s and 60s, there were more than clubs, right? But it was like this rock hound club where they would all get together and polish rocks and polish stones. And like I remember he made little chili peppers out of these red rocks, and it was the most incredible thing. And I just started reading through my genealogy and finding all the stuff that he did. He was incredible.
Rosie Moore, that is her name.
Rosie Moore.
You've met Rosie, haven't you?
Oh, I've met so many people. I was
gonna say Rosie's the one that's the hugger.
Okay.
And you would go up, and Rosie always greets me with a hug. So yeah, some of this stuff that on Noel.
This is just for us, not you.
Yeah, you guys can't see it.
You guys, sorry,
if you're not friends with Noel, friend her, and you can look at all this. But they travel the country for rock shows.
That's
and
so cool, man.
I mean, I always remember going to like Yellowstone, and they have those, or you go into a gas station and they had a wagon with polished rocks in there. I'm like, oh, I want a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
See my Facebook post. That's a rock I'm carting there.
Yeah. Okay.
With the chainsaw.
Yeah. So
I actually got in is it South Dakota, North Dakota? Where's Mount Rushmore at?
South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
So they're making that crazy horse monument.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when you leave that monument thing, they have these rocks that you can take from the monument.
Yeah.
My kids were filling their shirts. We have they're still in the back of my car right now. It was really cool. We were really excited about that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I can see Chloe, Dad, I've got this rock.
Yeah.
That weighs 3 times what she does.
You need to take them to St. George, the Glitter Mountain. The kids will have a blast.
Yeah, I know Topaz Mountain. Austin McPhee and his family go to Topaz Mountain all the time, and they're always walking through.
Yeah, I think Selenite Mountain the Selenite Mountain in St. George. The kids will have a blast there because it's a whole mountain with the selenite, and they can chip a little.
They can run free. They can ravage the mountain. They can do whatever they need to do, and then they wear out, and you take them home and they go to sleep.
Have you been to like Body and Soul Studios and what's the one of the other towns for the tattoo?
I know, yeah, the Elizabeth Body and Soul. Yeah, I know her.
Are you talking the one south of town?
Yeah,
the Rustics.
The
Aspen Grove
Rustics. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We know.
We were at the Horse of Many Colors auction.
Yeah.
And they had what is it? It's crystal purple, and it was like amethyst. It was like a rock that was opened up, cut in half, and it was just beautiful. And I wanted to bid on it, but Anna said no.
Yeah.
We have some for sale. Now turn the market. I'm sure Jeremy will be like, okay, Noel, time off, just go.
No. But it's been a good, it started out as kind of a crappy day.
Yeah.
I know you woke up and we're in a good mood.
I was in a great mood today.
So, but what I like about this is at the end of the day, we come in, we talk, and it's just kind of a blow off steam. It actually helps me cope with my crappy days.
Good.
But yeah, we again thank Noel for coming in. It was great to get to know the Noel behind the food pantry. But that's all I've got today.
Perfect. Is there anything else? Anything before we sign off?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, if you guys will let me, I want to have a little Mr. Rogers moment.
Okay.
I did this towards the end of the Frank Ostman episode as well, but within the last 24, 48 hours, the news has gotten kind of crazy. The world's gotten just a little bit scarier, which seems weird, but I just want to let everybody know that we have a fantastic community. There's a community full of hope and a community full of love. And let's try to take our focus off of things that we can't control. And let's start putting our focus on things that we can control. And let's become a tighter knit community. The food bank is one great way to give back to your community. And if you're needing help, if you need somebody to just talk, reach out. I'm sure there's more than one person in the county that's willing to listen, but if you need, reach out to people. Don't stay stuck in your head, especially with the narratives going on in the news right now. We're all going to be all right. You're going to be okay, and just reach out for help. And with that,
Thanks for tuning in.
we're going to end the live stream. When you guys see us go live, please share it. Please help us grow. Please share our page. Please do what you guys can. We love you all.
And just to throw this out real quick, this is not just for people that are here in the valley. If you have people that grew up here,
oh yes,
share it with them, because it's going to give them a touch of home. That I mean, I've got family all over the country in Canada.
Yeah.
And you have family all over the country, and who knows?
A lot of places. Yeah.
But just share it. We want everybody to be a part of this.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.